Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a so special video. I am gonna try a new to me indie brand, and that's Fantasy Cosmetica, and we are gonna play with Cradled and Ice palette. I know I'm a little late to the game. I was traveling to Canada when this was at my doorstep, and I could not wait to play with this. I'm doing 3 looks, review, swatches, everything in this video. So if you're ready to see how this palette performs on my eyes and what are the swatches, then please keep on watching. So let me give you a close-up of the palette itself. Obviously this is used right now, but I'll give you a close-up of like the pristine condition of the palette and the swatches all in action. You can see all the shifts and the shine that is happening with this with the swatches. The shimmers are absolutely out of this world gorgeous. But let's dive into the live swatches of the palette, because I feel like that is when you can actually see the difference in the shadows. I'm going to do all the swatches of the shimmers together and the swatches of the mattes together, just so that you know like what's the difference between the shimmers, because these shimmers definitely do very similar in the pan. So let's start off with a shade called Frost. Now Frost came a little shattered when it was shipped to me, but I could just press it back right in. This is such a stunning baby pink with the blue particles running all throughout it. This shade definitely reminds me of like the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Really love this one. You can see that was like a one swipe situation, and it's so shifty, so dimensional, really beautiful. I've actually used all the shades in this palette in this video itself, so you will see all of it in action. The next shade is called Snuggle, and Snuggle definitely has a little bit more of like a deeper mauve base, and it has like purple shift coming throughout it. It also has like a silvery blue specks of glitter all throughout it. It's not as dimensional and sparkly as the first shade, but you can see the difference. Can you see that darker base coming through, like that mauve base? Really love this one. This shade I feel like would be amazing as like a 2 shadow look, like a mauve in the crease and this all over the eyelid would be absolutely amazing. This is stunning. Okay, let's move on to the third shimmer of the palette, and this is called Treasure. This looks like a very sparkly purple, like a cool tone blue purple shade. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Like a cool tone taupey purple shade. Feel like you can see like silveryness coming throughout it, but definitely much more purple in front of me. Really pretty and very sparkly. I couldn't see any fallout coming on my face with these shades, so I am very impressed. The next shimmer in the palette is called Crystal, and this has a ton of blue specks running throughout it. Very sparkly, borderline holochromy, I would say. Maybe not holochromy, but yeah, I definitely see like pinky purple, but I also feel like when applied on the eyes, this was like blue. So definitely a shifty shade. Like you can see blue, right? But at my end, I see like purple. Yeah, see, look at that shift. It's a beautiful shifting shade. Lovely. Now the last shimmer of the palette is called Embrace, and this is definitely, I call it like a gunmetal purple shade. It's beautiful for like a purple smoky eye. Definitely not as sparkly as the other shades. Very similar to this second shade that we swatched, like quality wise, I would say. Look at that. Definitely the deepest shade, like deepest shimmer shade in the palette. So those are the shimmers of the palette. Really pretty, really dimensional on the eyes too. I was not as excited by this shade, but on the eyes, I loved it. Okay, now let's move on to the mattes. I'm impressed by the mattes too. Let's start off with the shade Frozen. Then we have the shade Hatchling. Then we have the shade Glacial or Glacial. Cannot read the font. Okay, let's do it here. Look how pigmented these shades are. There you go. Those are the first 3 shades. Very pretty, very pigmented, very soft, very buildable. Let's move on to the next 3 shades. We have Adore, Hideaway. Adore and Hideaway, I feel like, is more of the neutral shades of the palette. Let's do it here. Adore, Hideaway. Just beautiful. Like mauve pink and like cool tone purple shade. Isn't it pretty? Love it. Now the 2 most deepest shade of the palette is Nest, which is a deeper navy blue shade, and Lair, which is like a deeper burgundy shade. So let's watch that. I'm gonna do it right there. So pigmented. Look at that. And those are the mattes of the palette. Really pretty. Swatched beautifully, and you can see it in action in just a minute on my eyes too, but I cannot complain one bit about any of the shades here. Now if you're ready, let's move on to the 3 looks using this palette. Let's quickly do a look with this palette because the sun is coming up and I'm going to office. I am so excited to play with this. I swatched this palette already and this looked absolutely magical, so I definitely wanted to play with this. Let me first start off with the shade Adore, this one, and then we'll deepen it out with this shade Lair, this one, and see where it goes. So let's take Adore. It looks like a mauve pink shade and was super pigmented when I swatched it, and it's blending so nicely on the eyes too. Not going with any intricate looks just because I'm going to office. We'll play with the blues tomorrow, don't worry. But for now, we're gonna play with the mauves. I can already see sun shining on my face. I'm gonna take the same shade on the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take that Lair shade. That's that deeper burgundy kind of shade on the, oh my gosh. That is pigmented. I do not know what I was expecting, but that's pigmented. I just tapped once, but it's blending very nicely. So I like that. Going into this Nude Away shade, this one. And I'm just gonna blend. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just blend the edges of that deeper shade with that pinky mauve shade. That's deep too. Can you see that? The best part is that it is blending very nicely. I'm going back into that Adore shade that we used. Probably I should just use a different brush now. No, it's fine. This palette was calling out to me with the purples and the mauves, and you know how much I love both those shades. Now for the shimmers, what are we gonna use? I feel like I should go with the first shade, Frost, this one. I think that will match my dress really nicely. It has a little bit of blueness happening. Let's see. Oh, that's so stunning. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's wet looking, but it's dimensional. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm just gonna take one shade for this eye look. I want this shade to talk. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. And that's my first eye look. I really love the way how this turned out. I just used 4 shades today, all the neutrally ones. So stuck to these 3 mattes and this. I love it. Absolutely love it. I can do a million more things with this. Let's move on to the second eye look. Ready for the second round? I don't know if you're ready or not. I am so ready. Okay, let's begin. I am gonna now play with the blues because we played with the mauve tones, and then we'll mix the next two together. So let's start off with the darker shade. Actually, I'm not sure if there's gonna be good amount of fallout or not. So let's start and see where we go. I do not even have any eye primer. Let's do that first. I'm gonna do 3 looks with this palette because I mean I can definitely do 5 looks. The time is not permitting that. Literally have to film another video tomorrow and then edit all of this out. Okay, let's start off with the shade Nest, which looks like a very deep navy blue. Oh my gosh, look at that pigment. Okay, I'm gonna just stamp it right there in the outer corners. That's amazing pigmentation. Whoa. Okay, like wow. I'm gonna take the same thing and connect it on the outer corners of the lower lash line too. Now I'm just gonna wipe off this brush. How about we go down the route? Let's take this shade, which is glacial, the mid-tone royal blue. Okay, I'm gonna take that right there. There's definitely a tone difference. Hopefully you can see that. This is definitely more navy and this is more like a royal blue. And take that on the crease, blend it with that royal blue, and then I'm gonna take the shade Frozen and blend the edges. I literally took the same brush to do all of it. This is from that Sigma Michaela collection. Sorry, the Sigma and Shayla collection. I'm gonna take the Frozen shade, the Periwinkle blue shade, on the inner portion of the lower lash line too, just to tie in everything together. And I'm gonna go back into that Nest shade, the royal blue, sorry, the navy blue, and just tapping the outer corners just to deepen it out, just like that. I'm gonna take a clean blending brush and just go over the edges. Of course, we have to play with the blue Shimmer shade. I am, oh my god, I cannot even tell you how excited I am. Hopefully we can play with both of these shades together. Yeah, let's start off with this shade and then go with this shade. This is Treasure. No glitter glue, nothing. Such a beautiful shade. Oh my, I love it, love it. I'm gonna take it on a diagonal way. Okay, I'm gonna take this shade Crystal, which looks like a pink purple kind of shade. Oh my. Oh wow. I actually wore the first look to office yesterday, right? No issues whatsoever. Lasted through the entire day without any problem. Wow, I like it. I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush with the shade Hatching. I'm gonna just place it right there. Nothing much. Just to blend everything together. I just don't want any blue here. I'm gonna go back into the shade Frost. I'm gonna take that in the inner corner. That's just beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. And that's my second eye look. I love how beautiful it is. Of course, blue is like not my favorite color to wear on myself, but this looks so pretty. I feel I can totally pull this off without it looking like super dramatic by any means. And the shades blended so effortlessly. I cannot wait for the third look. So let's dive right into it. I'm gonna first take this shade, which is Hatchlings, this baby pink shade. And I'm gonna take that mainly towards the inner third of the crease. And of course, if you're a lighter person, this shade will pop much more on you, but or else just use like a white base. I've not used anything apart from the eye primer, so just keep that in mind, but I still can see the pigmentation. Let's mix the blue and the pink together. I'm gonna take that blue on the extreme edge. Just want a hint of blue, nothing more. Just on the very edge. Okay, I'm gonna take this shade, which is Layer, this burgundy shade, and tap right on top, going back into that Hatchling shade and just blending the edges. And now I'm gonna take this shade, which is Hideaway, this mauve kind of shade, and then bridge both of these shades together. Just like that. Okay, so once we have that, now let's start off with this shade Embrace, and then we'll take this shade, which is Snuggle. So I'm taking Embrace, which is like a, what do you say, like a gunmetal purple shade. Does that make sense? Like, this would be amazing for a smoky eye. You can totally do that all across the eyelid and then just sweep a little bit there, which I'm taking this on the majority of the eyelid. It's so stunning. Okay, I'm gonna take a smaller brush and I'm gonna take this shade, which is Snuggle, this one. It has like a pink base with a lot of blue and purple reflect. I'm gonna start with the inner corner and take it down and melt it with that purple shade. Much more impactful with the finger, or just spray your brush, whatever floats your boat. I'm gonna finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. And that's my third eye look. Definitely more like a purple smoky eye kind of an effect, I would say. This is definitely much more like glam and deep. I loved all the three looks that I created for you guys. I really love, and I feel like we definitely can do so much more. I cannot wait to play with like this pink with this maroon alone by itself, and also create like some simple looks like with this and this, like two shadow looks. I feel like that would be amazing too. And this would be amazing too. I love the way how this palette is like curated for us. Really impressed by this palette. I don't even know, I feel like I really am inclined to yesterday's look as well as this blue look. I love it all. I really love it all. The sparkles in the shimmer is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm 100% impressed by Fantasy Cosmetica. This is the first palette that I got from them. I do not have a code with the brand, but from the packaging to the shadows to the quality of the palette, it also comes with a mirror too. It is absolutely A++ in my opinion. I really cannot wait to see what they come out in like the holiday season. If they're coming out one, my eyes will be glued onto that brand. But that's all for today, guys. Do let me know in the comment section below, out of the three looks, which one was your favorite. But that's all for today. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.